the first round of the Women's Lacrosse Liberty League tournament here in 2026 about to get underway between the visiting Tigers of Rochester Institute of Technology and the number 2 seeded Union College Garnet Chargers. Union coming in with a record of 11-5, RIT 10-6. RIT the 7th seed. These two teams met just a couple of weeks ago, and RIT hoping to kind of change the script from the last meeting. Union took down the Tigers 24-5 thanks to a 13-2 first period in what head coach of the Union women's lacrosse team, Alyssa Trainer, said was the best 15 minutes her team has ever played. In that game, 7 points from Jillian Joseph, 5 goals and 2 assists, and Maddie Schiller, 6 goals on 6 shots for 7 points. Only the 5 goals for RIT, 2 goals from Adele Jones. But RIT and Union do have some common opponents, and Union lost to a Brockport team that RIT had previously beaten. And a 4-6 Liberty League record for RIT compared to Union's 9-1 Liberty League record. The overall record is very similar as well. So we're going to be hoping to see a tightly contested playoff game today here on Frank Bertagna-Class of 1985 field. We got the lineups coming and national anthems. After that, we will have the first draw between Union and RIT.
In midfielder, senior from Geneva, New York, number 18, Grace Halligan. In midfielder, senior from Pattonville, Maryland, number 22, Adele Jones. In midfielder, senior from Schuylerville, New York, number 23, Eliza Barton. In midfielder, senior from Raleigh, Massachusetts, number 31, Kate Turgeon. On attack, a senior from Holiday, Utah, number 33, Zoe Heffernan. On attack, a senior from Mendy, New York, number 34, Deno Pavenzi. In midfield, the first year from Scotia, New York, number 35, Alice Nichter. In goal for RIT, a senior from Pegasus, South Carolina, number 20, Ellie Reddy. Head coach of RIT in her 7th season is Eric Wagner. And now let's see the sideline out for your Union College Garnet Chargers. In midfield, a junior from Avon, Connecticut, number 1, Lexi Verano. On attack, a junior from Longmeadow, Massachusetts, number 2, Jillian Joseph. In midfield, a senior from Eden, Massachusetts, number 8, Maddie Doyle. On attack, a senior from Glastonbury, Connecticut, number 9, Christina Coency. In midfield, a junior from Rexford, New York, number 10, Hannah Kompa. On attack, a senior from West Newbury, Massachusetts, number 12, Lana Nicholson. On defense, the sophomore from Mount Kisco, New York, number 13, Kate Lockney. On attack, a junior from Western Massachusetts, number 14, Maddie Schiller. On defense, the senior from Rolling, Massachusetts, number 18, Claudia Patz. On defense, the junior from Marion, Massachusetts, number 19, Paige Long. On defense, the senior from Wayland, Massachusetts, number 27, Sammy Johnson. In goal, committing the senior from Guilford, Connecticut, number 42, Sydney Woodlitz. The head coach of Union in her 4th season is Alyssa Trainer. She's assisted by Steve Harlan and James Dell. Thanks. This time, we invite those who are able to rise and move their hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Number 2 seeded Union College and the number 7 seed RIT Tigers. Rochester and St. Lawrence are already through halftime in the 5-8-5 in their first round matchup. Union and RIT getting underway here in just a second. RIT was 9-4 overall entering the Union game a few weeks ago, but that Union loss was part of a 5-game losing streak for the Tigers. The Tigers have won 2 games since that loss to Union. RIT has 3 players with 30-plus points, and they have the 4th fewest turnovers in the Liberty League and the 3rd most draw controls. The battle between Melina Steffen and Hannah Kampa on the draws is going to be interesting to watch and could be a fuel for either side to find an advantage in this game. Winning the first draw is RIT. They will get the first possession. Union scored first in the matchup against RIT last time out. Union scored the first 6 goals before Adele Jones stopped the scoring streak at 9:43 in the first. But that game is behind both of these teams now. Union went 1-1 after that win over RIT, and RIT 2-0 in the 2 games since. First shot of the game, Zoe Heffernan. Her shot is blocked. Zoe, the leading goal scorer on this RIT squad, she was shut out of the box score. And here's the first save of the game. Adele Jones has her shot saved by Sydney Widlitz. Widlitz is the all-time win and saves leader for Union. She's 14th among active Division III goalies with 475, making 476 career saves in all of Division III. Widlitz celebrated Senior Day along with many of her other classmates as Union took down Rochester in the final game of the regular season on Saturday. 2 rest days in between, and now Union and RIT squaring off in the playoffs. First shot of the game for Union. Maddie Schiller, her shot is saved. So both goalies coming up with a save here in the early goings. Pass in front, low shot, and a goal. Jillian Joseph gets the scoring started here at 12:50. The Garnet Chargers strike first just like they did last game against RIT. 48th goal of the season for Jillian Joseph. Improving upon her career high 47 goals in the regular season. She's one of 4 players in Union's program history with 45-plus goals in 3 different years. As a junior, she's already 8th in program history with 140 goals and 188 points. 2 more goals now, and Joseph will be in 6th place all-time in Union's all-time rankings. Second draw coming up here after Union draws first blood on the Tigers. Draw goes high in the air, and RIT with a second draw control victory. They were able to get 2 shots off. One was blocked and the other one was saved by Widlitz. Now facing a 1-0 deficit. Jones to Trojan. Tigers working it along the perimeter. Velidzik defended really nicely by Lockney. Now there's a ball on the ground. RIT will retain possession. 40 seconds here in the shot clock. And we will have our first free position attempt of the game for Union from the 8-meter. RIT only had 3 free position shots in the last meeting, but that was one more than Union did. Union only 2 free position shots. And another save by Widlitz. She denies Heffernan from evening the score. Ground ball picked up by Lana Mickelson, or at least a ball on the ground. Of course, here in women's lacrosse, ground balls only count on changes of possession. There is an exception to that rule that if a offensive player prevents the ball from going out of bounds that would be the other team's ball, then that offensive player can get a ground ball, since the ball was going to change hands had they not stopped it from going out of bounds. But other than that, ground balls only recorded on changes of possession. And because of that fact, we have not had a ground ball recorded yet in this game. Jocelyn Lee is going to have a green card here. It's going to give Union a chance on the woman up power play here for the Garnet Chargers. Union had 5 woman up goals against Rochester, their most since April 13th, 2024 against Vassar. Woman up and the free positions were what helped thrust Union past Rochester on Senior Day on Saturday. In front, Hannah Kampa has her shot blocked, and that will be a ground ball pickup from Ellie Ruddy. Ruddy is senior from Tega K, South Carolina. RIT is unable to clear. Turnover, creating instant offense for Union. And Maddie Schiller scores to double Union's lead. 2-0 here, not even 5 minutes through the first quarter. So the top 2 goal scorers for Union both scored here in the early goings. Maddie Schiller with her 45th goal of the season. Looking to make it 8 straight games with multiple goals for Schiller. Comes in today with 7 straight. She also has 8 straight games with a goal and an assist. Gives her 45 goals and 12 assists on the season for 56 points. The Garnet Chargers will not be seeking their first draw control of the game anymore as Maddie Greco comes up with it after that one was in and out of the cross of several players. So we now have a yellow card here. Grace Velidzik is going to be sat down for 2 minutes here on a yellow card. Velidzik sitting here for 2 minutes and administrating a yellow card. We have the 3 referees on the field and also a 4th official at the scorers table at midfield for this playoff game today. Guancy. Pass low. Now in front, Jacobs, her shot is blocked and saved by Ruddy. RIT headed the opposite way. It's a turnover. by this point in the last matchup between these two teams, Union was already leading 6-0. As RIT has a new possession here after a failed clear from the Garnet Chargers. Already a win in their books, I'm assuming, for RIT to come out showing a little bit more fight as they fight for their playoff lives here in the Liberty League tournament. And still killing off that yellow card to Validzik. 20 seconds left on the 2-minute penalty. As the penalty expires and RIT is back to even strength, they only have 30 seconds here on the shot clock. And in front, another save by Union. Widlet's coming up with her third save of the game. But Union also having trouble clearing, as Heffernan now has it back in possession for a fresh 90 for RIT. Union 2 for 4 on clears now. Jones, with 40 seconds here on the shot clock, gets to her left side, and another save by Widlitz. Widlitz having a phenomenal first quarter of action here for the Garnet Chargers, as RIT still searching for a way past the senior goalie. And another save by Widlitz, or at least that one wide of the target. Union will try to crack the code of RIT here in the midfield, however, as Union has failed to clear twice. Maddie Doyle gets it across midfield to Del Papa, and now into the offensive third of the field, past their restraining line is Union, and setting up offense for the third time off of a clear. Guanci behind the net. Her pass to Jacobs too high. Fight for it along the restraining line. And caught off sides was Union. It's going to be a green card here against the Garnet Chargers. Union tried to jump back on sides there as there was a battle for it. Maddie Schiller puts her hands up as she's called for the green card. She doesn't think that she should be the one serving it, and that will be rectified as Claudia Patz instead will take a seat. Patz, a senior from Wellesley, Massachusetts. Mickelson knocked the ball out of the stick of the RIT offensive player for a moment. Looked like it was going to be a good defensive play to stop RIT from clearing on the woman up, but the ball is retained by the Tigers. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Union holding on to a 2-0 lead in the first round of the Liberty League tournament. will be a free position shot here. RIT already stopped once by Widlitz on the free position. And if not for the 3 saves from Widlitz, RIT could be in the lead here. 3 shots on goal. And another save by Widlitz, but then as there's a fight for the loose ball after the save, it's knocked into the goal by RIT. Not sure who got their stick on that one, but it's going to be the first goal of the game for the Tigers nonetheless. It's Adele Jones who knocks the loose ball out of the sky. Jones, her 31st goal of the season. 34 points on the year now. Jones from Catonsville, Maryland. Finn Schmidt of the Lynchburg lacrosse team, Division III in Virginia, also from Catonsville, also a senior. Wonder if Jones and Schmidt played lacrosse together at all as they were growing up. Guanci loses the ball here, and RIT now looking to tilt momentum in their favor. A goal from Jones gets RIT on the board, and now Union puts one on the carpet. Picked up and headed the other way. RIT setting up their offense, looking to equalize here with 4 minutes left to play. Ripley with 2 defenders on her. Loses her stick, but got the pass off in time. Volidzik. And now Sodoma. Union's defense a bit suffocating here for RIT. All of the dodges have just been met by 1 or 2 defenders each time. Union, great footwork, keeping the Tigers in front of them. 25 seconds now. From the top, here comes Bovenzi, and she scores. Tie game here, 2-2. Bovenzi's 17th of the year. Yeah, when I saw that final score coming out of Judson Stadium back on April 17th, I was scratching my head a little bit. You know, not that Union, you know, it wasn't the better team in that game or going into it. RIT was on a bit of a skid, but 24 goals to 5 was not an appropriate representation of the Tigers, and they're showing that here early on today as Jones and Bovenzi have both scored, and we have a tie game now in the Electric City. RIT's last game against RPI, the Tigers won 11-9. And in that game, Kate Trojan led the way with 4 goals. Zoe Heffernan, the leading scorer for RIT on the season, 2 goals and 2 assists. Ellie Ruddy made 6 saves in her victory. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first period of the first round of the Liberty League tournament. Spinning and getting in on net, Maddie Schiller's shot goes left and wide. Here's Doyle along the goal line. In front, nice find to Jillian Joseph. Union retakes the lead. Joseph with her 2nd of the game.
Union goal is second of the game. Score number 2, Jillian Joseph. Assist number 14, Maddie Schiller.
So Maddie Schiller extends her streak to 9 straight games with 1 goal and 1 assist or more, as she assists there on Joseph's second goal of the game. Very impressive, well-balanced season game by game for Maddie Schiller. Union looking to double dip here. 2:15 left in the first period. Kampa coming in. Ball was stripped out of her stick. Sarah Hallinan comes up with the ground ball. But now a pass across the length of the field, or the width of the field, as RIT's trying to clear. It's going to be a costly turnover here. As now Union has a full 90 seconds and just 120 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Schiller. She's fouled by Alice Nichter. Nichter from Scotia, New York. So a 1-minute woman up opportunity here for the Garnet Chargers, looking for a power play goal. Guanci loses it. Picked up by Ruddy, but instead it's going to be a foul on RIT. Emma Scott frustrated with that call. She thought she made a nice defensive play on Guanci. We're going to have to put couple seconds back on the game clock. Guanci coming in, and she gets stripped of it again. Kampa comes up, though, with possession for the Garnet Chargers. Kampa, she's fouled. And it's going to be back-to-back free position goals here, or opportunities for the Garnet Chargers. Aaron Wagner down along the length of the sideline is having a conversation here with the referee. More of the referee having a conversation with her, as Wagner here in her 7th season. Union turns it over, 40 seconds left here. Great play along the sideline. Maddie Schiller picks the pocket. Now Jillian Joseph absorbs a hit. There will be a green card assessed to Kate Trojan. Do not have a way to see the total green cards on either squad, but special teams have been an important part of the game so far as Union holds on to a 3-2 lead, and they can just hold on to possession here and start with it again with about 75 seconds on the shot clock when play resumes. They'll also have 44 seconds in the woman up opportunity when we return. The score is 3-2 here in Schenectady. Back for the second period of action here between Union and RIT, and it's a good one so far through the first 15 minutes. Union jumped out to a 2-0 lead, but RIT bounced back, tied it up 2-2 on goals from Adele Jones and Jenna Bovanzi. Jillian Joseph scores her second of the game to put Union ahead. 20 seconds left in RIT's penalty. They're going to have possession now, most likely killing the rest of it as long as they can successfully clear. And again, coming from behind is Lana Mickelson. Mickelson is lethal with that move, reaching out from behind, using all of her 5'9" frame to reach up and just blindly pick the pocket of the RIT offensive player. They're searching for the clear. This is the second or third time Mickelson has done that. Whether or not it results in a turnover is a different story, but if she can keep doing that, that's going to be frustrating for RIT as they try to win the midfield game here. So I have my handy-dandy little scorecard here. I will be tracking cards for the rest of the game as the live stats system is not displaying a total. It's the fourth card on RIT. sorry, it's the 5th card on RIT. It's the 2nd yellow card. Guanci will have a free run here on the free position shot. Union looking for their first free position goal of the game. Guanci in, and with the defender on her back, nets the goal to put Union back up by 2. So the top 3 scorers on the season for Union have all scored a goal here. Joseph now with 49 goals, Maddie Schiller with 45, and Christina Guanci with her 31st goal of the season. Kampa at the free position dot, or excuse me, here at the midfield for a draw. Melina Steffen, 3rd in the Liberty League in draws with 5.63 draws per game. She had 4 versus Union in that loss, and RIT is 5-4 when she is under her season average of 5.63 draws per game. Still a relatively good record, but when she's winning her draws and getting control of those 50-50 balls, helps her team out substantially. And similarly for Union, 5-3 when Hannah Kampa is under her 6.8 draws per game. So 3 of Union's 5 losses, Hannah Kampa has been held under 6.8 draws per game. Mickelson, her shot is saved. And she also stepped in the crease. It's going to be a turnover for the Garnet Chargers. A minute and 20 seconds remaining in the Adele Jones penalty. As we mentioned, already the 2nd yellow card on RIT today, as this playoff game is being officiated very closely. Already had 7 cards. Eliza Barton defers to Trojan. And now Bovenzi with it. "25 seconds here. RIT is going to be able to run out the yellow card on Jones, but it'll only leave them with 4 seconds on the shot clock. So at the expense of running out the penalty, they're going to give up a possession here. 5 seconds here on the shot clock. Falling to the ground while shooting is Validzik. They're going to call a foul. So Validzik from Geneva, New York will line up here for the 8-meter. Staring down Widlitz. Takes it from distance. Widlitz all over it. Covers it up on the low shot. Ground ball picked up by Sammy Johnson. Sammy Johnson was a walk-on on the Wisconsin rowing team in 2023 before transferring to Union. And she had a career-high 6 ground balls in the win over Rochester last time out for the Garnet Chargers. Joseph coming in on the left side. Ruddy tips it up to herself and makes the save. Sydney Widlitz with 5 saves today, 3 saves for Ruddy. So in a game where it's been hard for either team really to get good looks, a lot of traffic in front, and also a lot of cards as well and fouls, but still, once those players are able to get shots on goal, these two goalies are doing a phenomenal job of keeping either side out of the back of the net. Ball's on the ground. Johnson chasing after it again, and not coming up with the ground ball was Johnson. Kate Lockney does, but still that play was initiated by the tenacity of Johnson there. 10 minutes to go here in the first half of action. First round of the Liberty League tournament. Guanci has a free position goal today so far. Mickelson. To the right here, Del Papa. Shot saved by Ruddy. Ground ball picked up in front by Sophia Wilhelm. Another good defensive stand there for the Tigers. Culminates with a big save from Ruddy once more. We're going to get a card here on Jillian Joseph. We'll see what color comes out. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to be a yellow card on Joseph. 2 minutes. He had that contact to the head. So that's the third yellow card between the two teams we've seen today. The 9th card in total. RIT clearing here. Mickelson almost with that play from behind again. On the woman up here is RIT. Pass in front, all alone. Don't know if that was saved or blocked, but we're going to have a 8-meter shot here for RIT nonetheless. Sarah Hallinan was alone in front. As the two referees are discussing what will come of this play here. Hallinan, a junior from Arlington, Virginia, went to Wakefield High School. Extended delay here. As finally the referee will, never mind, they're going to wipe it away, and they're going to give a card here to Hallinan. They might be saying that Hallinan's shot was dangerous, as it was probably blocked. It's going to be a yellow card on Hallinan. So the third yellow card of the day on RIT. Sarah Hallinan, 9 goals and 2 assists on the season, will take a seat. So both teams will be reduced on the field for the next 80 seconds. Then it will end up being 40 seconds of a woman up opportunity for the Garnet Chargers. Jillian Joseph serving a yellow card at the moment. And now, next door neighbors with Sarah Hallinan. Here comes Union on the clear. Claudia Patz cuts through 4 RIT defenders. Quickly sets up the offense for the Garnet Chargers. Maddie Doyle to Stella Del Papa. Del Papa cutting in, takes a detour around the back of the net. Union can try again here. 60 seconds on the shot clock. 45 seconds in the Joseph penalty. Schiller has it. Takes the screen, coming in down the left side and scores. Maddie Schiller scores her second of the game. Union leads 5-2.
Union goal for number 14, Maddie Schiller.
So Schiller, now 8 straight games with multiple goals, 9 straight games with a goal and an assist at least. Schiller loves playing against these Tigers. Had a season-high 6 goals and 7 points against RIT, scoring on all 6 of her shots. Not the case, however, today for Schiller, as she has 4 shots. 2 of them have gone in. 3 of her shots have been on net. So Schiller has missed the frame once in her 4 attempts. Still a pretty good rate. Draw controls today going to be in favor of the Garnet Chargers, now 5-3. Leading the way for Union in that category is Hannah Kampa with all 5. Union's going to be back to even strength here in 2 seconds. Joseph is released back onto the field with her team in possession of the ball, up by 3. See if Joseph gets involved here on this offensive possession. Mickelson wore one in the face, and that could be the second yellow card on Hallinan, who just came out of the box. Union scored with Hallinan in the box, and yeah, it's going to be another yellow. 4 yellow cards today on RIT. I believe that Hallinan is done for the day. Hallinan just got a little bit too close in the grill of Mickelson. And quickly scoring on the woman up opportunity is Union. No, but the goal is waved off. Guanci stepped in the crease. The music was playing in celebration. Guanci had already dropped the stick in order for the referee to check it. And RIT quickly headed the other way. RIT now with possession. Down a player on the field. Great reaction time by the Game Ops team. Started the music, stopped the clock, but then instantly saw play resuming and off without a hitch. Music stopped instantly and the clock started running again. That was great. 6:22 left here in the first period, or the first half. Sodoma behind the net with Bovenzi. Pass in front, and a big momentum swing here now as Abby Sikora brings RIT back within 2. That's just the second goal of the year for Abby Sikora, as there's now 3 different goal scorers here. So remember, 15 seconds into the penalty, the yellow card on Hallinan, Guanci, right on the doorstep, thought she had scored, dropped the stick, but RIT gets possession, goal's waved off as Guanci stepped in the crease. And then coming the other way, a player down nonetheless, RIT scores, still having to kill off 54 seconds of the Hallinan penalty. Greco comes up with the draw control and instantly heading in on net. She redirects and now will get off the field. Almost a scoring opportunity there for Greco. And there's a hat trick for Maddie Schiller. Schiller continues hunting the Tigers here and instantly getting that goal back. It's going to be a woman up goal for Schiller. She has 3 today here in the first period of play, 4 points. First half of play. And Schiller's woman up goal is her 47th of the year and the 100th of her career. Congratulations to Maddie Schiller. She is the 15th player in program history and second this season to reach the century mark in goals for a career. Kampa wins another draw control. 7th draw for Union today, 6 for Kampa. Schiller puts it on the carpet. There's a fight for it. Popped up in the air, finally coming away with it is Maddie Doyle. RIT is going to be back to even strength. And just as RIT gets another player on the field, Jillian Joseph scores. I don't even know if they did get that extra player on there in time, as Joseph joins Schiller with a hat trick. Excuse me, that was Hannah Kampa, not Jillian Joseph. Hannah Kampa scores her first of the game. Now Union starting to put some separation on the Tigers, up 7-3 with 5 minutes left here in the second period. Race for the draw control here. Kampa looked like she sent Steffen to the ground. Steffen slow to get up. Mickelson also down to the turf. RIT, after the carnage, is going to come away with the possession. Hannah Kampa looking a little shaken up there. May have banged knees with Steffen. Trojan gets RIT across the restraining line and setting up the offense here, looking to stop the bleeding. 2 straight goals for Union. It's a 4-1 second period advantage for the Garnet Chargers. Volidzik. Her shot is saved, but it's going to be an 8-meter. So a good opportunity for RIT to stop the bleeding, as Volidzik will be unencumbered looking, staring down Widlitz here. Validzik's shot goes wide. Backed up, though, by the Tigers. 3:30 left here in the first half of action. Defended by Patey. Hannah Patey, the first year out there. Bovenzi circles. Here's Jones with it. Ball gets onto the turf. Maddie Greco comes up with the ball. Maddie Greco showing off her speed. Gets the clear for Union, defers to Joseph. Joseph, 3 Tigers on her, and is sent to the ground. Gonna have a card here, or just a free position. No card, just a free position attempt here for Jillian Joseph. Now looking to get her 3rd goal of the game. I apologize to Hannah Compa. I incorrectly called Compa's first of the game as Joseph's. So here's Joseph, all the way in on net and scores low bottom right corner. And there's the hat trick for Jillian Joseph. That's 50 goals for Joseph this season. Nine straight hat tricks for Joseph. 11 goals in her last 3 games. Union now leading 8-3 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half of action. So Zoe Heffernan, who was shut out in that 24-5 loss for RIT, still looking for her first goal of the game. We'll keep an eye on number 33 here on this possession. Sikora has it. And a free position coming up now to Heffernan, as we were just talking about her looking to get her first goal of the game. Heffernan, 1 shot on goal. Also with a ground ball and a caused turnover, so she's impacting the game in other ways so far. Fires her shot, but right on target. Widlitz has no problem. Widlitz has no problem covering that one up. And Heffernan still searching for her first goal against Union this season. Leads the team with 39 goals this season and 49 points, on the doorstep of 50 points. She has 168 points in her career, which are the 6th most in program history through just 3 seasons. She didn't play in 2024. Heffernan tied with Eileen Hennigan for the 6th most points in program history over at RIT. 30 seconds to go here in the first half of action. Clocks will stop here for another 8-meter shot. Guanci already with 1. We'll look for her second 8-meter goal of the game. goes with the same route, same move, and she scores for the second time today. Union's top 3 goal scorers on the season all have multiple goals today. 8 of Union's 9 goals from their top 3 goal scorers. Hannah Kampa with 13 goals on the season with the other goal. So Christina Goansi from Glastonbury, Connecticut joins Schiller and Joseph with multiple goals on the day. Last 15 seconds of the half. Kampa with another draw control. She's going quickly. 10 seconds to go now. To Del Papa. Now Schiller. Schiller looking for something quick. 1 second left. Gets the shot off, and she scored at the buzzer. That goal is going to count. And Schiller with 4 goals in the first half. Union at the buzzer goes up 10-3.
Union goal to force the game. Score number 14, Maddie Schiller.
That is a 6-1 run for Union in the second period. Glancy, Schiller both score twice. Hannah Kampa and Jillian Joseph score in the 6-goal second period. RIT's goal comes from Abby Sikora. Before we break, let's take a look at the other scores here in the conference. Rochester takes down St. Lawrence by a score of 8-7 in Rochester in the first game of the day. Ithaca and Clarkson getting underway, and Ithaca is up by a similar score, 9-3 at halftime. So Union up 10-3 over RIT in the first round of the Liberty League tournament. We'll be back for the second half of action in about 9 minutes. 10-3 is the score here after 30 minutes of action. 30 more left to go between Union and RIT. Union, the number 2 seed in the Liberty League first round in the Liberty League tournament. RIT, the 7th seed. Ithaca and Clarkson also underway just after halftime. Ithaca leading 9-3. Rochester takes down St. Lawrence 8-7. So Rochester will take on William Smith in the semifinals on Friday. Union and RIT, the winner here, will have the winner of Ithaca and Clarkson. Story of the first half, among other things, I would say 4 yellow cards for RIT. 1 yellow card for Union as well, but 7 total cards on the Tigers in the first half. And a 6-1 advantage for the Garnet Chargers in the second period of play. And Union getting it from the usual suspects as well. Jillian Joseph, Maddie Schiller, and Christina Guanci, all with multiple goals. Those are the top 3 goal scorers on this season. Conversely, for RIT, Heffernan and Validzik, the 2 leading goal scorers for the Tigers, held without goals. Abby Sikora scored her 2nd goal of the year for RIT during that second period. So getting it from a little bit some other places are the Tigers, but now looking for a more full-fledged attack here in the final 30 minutes as the game at risk of getting out of hand if Union can start quickly. But RIT starting off on the right foot, they have possession a minute and a half here into the resumption of play in Schenectady. A quick run in and a shot high from Julia Sodoma. Adele Jones and Jenna Bovenzi, the goal scorers, along with Sikora, for RIT. Bovenzi to Jones. Jones, a long distance shot. Widlitz was all over it. Whistle blows as we have another yellow card. It is the 5th yellow card on RIT today. And it's going to be one of the leading scorers for RIT in Adele Jones. Jones from Catonsville, Maryland. Widlitz coming up with a big save there. Widlitz with 7 saves today on 10 shots. Phenomenal. Ruddy, 4 saves on 14 shots. Union had trouble clearing early on. And essentially another failed clear there as Union gets across their straining line but fails to set up their possession. RIT headed the other way. No offense yet for Union here. Clock's going to stop as Guanci is called for offsides. Second green card of the day for Union. Just the 3rd card overall, which makes Union look like saints compared to the 8 cards on the Tigers. So both teams will be reduced on the field for the next 60 seconds. After Guanci comes out of the box, RIT will still be a player down for about 30 seconds. Sodoma. Kisselgoff. And that one's thrown away by Bovenzi. Zoe Heffernan, have not called her name much as she's guarding Pats there on the clear attempt, and now Heffernan does have the ball in her stick after causing that turnover on the failed Union clear. Heffernan turns the corner and loses it. Ground ball picked up by Kate Lockney from Mount Kisco, New York. Widlett slings it up the field to Greco. Greco changes direction, cutting across the face of Trojan, and it's another failed clear for Union. But then Greco knocks it right out of the stick of the RIT player, and the Garnet Chargers back on their way to set up for their first offensive possession of the second half. In front, Joseph scores her fourth goal of the game. Joseph and Maddie Schiller, both with 4 goals today. It's been an amazing run here in the last half of the season for Jillian Joseph. 9 straight games with a hat trick. 6 games in her last 9 with 4 or more goals. At 51 now for the season. She's over 50-point goals for the first time in a Garnet Charger uniform. She ended her first year and sophomore seasons in Schenectady with 46 goals through 17 games both times. The assist numbers jumped way up in 2025, however. 6 assists as a first year, as a sophomore, 28 assists. That's her single season high for Joseph, is 28 assists. She's got 15 helpers this year. Eight woman up goals, 3 woman down goals, and 3 game winners for Joseph. Guancy is denied. Guancy is denied by Ruddy. And we're going to have a yellow card here as Lockney tried to jump that long pass. And it's just going to be a green card. 3rd green card on Union. But Lockney tried to jump that long distance pass about half the field by Ruddy. And so now a woman up are the the RIT Tigers. Union up 11-3. 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. RIT has not scored since the 6:02 mark in the 2nd period. They're going to have a free position here, however, looking to stop the drought. Over 11 minutes of gameplay without a goal for RIT, and they pass out of the free position. Still 10 seconds on the Lockney penalty. And another 8-meter shot coming up for RIT. Lockney will be sent back into the game. But it's Julia Sodoma lining up for the free position. Passes out of it once more. RIT has passed out of the last two free positions they've had. And Heffernan almost throws it away. That's your ground ball I was describing, though, for Jenna Bovenzi. Gets the ground ball, preventing it from going out of bounds there after Heffernan almost threw it away. Trojan spikes a shot. Backed up nicely, though, by Bovenzi. So Bovenzi coming up with a pair of good plays. Another ground ball for her there. Coming up after the Trojan shot goes wide. Trojan off the screen from Heffernan. Trojan to Heffernan. Heffernan lose it in front. Paige Long looking to break out, runs into an RIT defender, and the clock will stop. It's a green card on Zoe Heffernan. Nine cards today, 5 yellow, 4 green. Here's Sammy Johnson. Gets it to Schiller as Union starts offense here, looking for their second goal of the second half. Jillian Joseph scored her 4th of the game, her 51st of the season, to start the scoring for the Garnet Chargers here in the final 30 minutes of play. Schiller tried to make a long pass. It gets deflected. She picks it up herself after the deflection and scores. It's the 5th goal of the game for Maddie Schiller. Union making their 6th straight postseason and the top 2 seed in the Liberty League tournament for the first time since 2016. The Garnet Chargers are searching for their first conference title since 2015. And with the 2 juniors scoring at such a high pace right now for the Garnet Chargers in Joseph and Schiller, this season and next year, both looking very bright for the Garnet Chargers. They have 2 of the best goal scorers in the conference on their side for the next year. 12-3 is the score, 7:10 remaining. It's the 3rd game this season for Schiller with 5 or more goals. She scored a season-high 6 against RIT on 6 shots. Validzik. And here's Heffernan. Heffernan spins on Lockney. And the shot from distance off the post, but a whistle blows before that. A fresh 60 here as that shot went off the post. is loose. Johnson jumps on it. Johnson defers to Jillian Joseph, who's racing up the field. Union has numbers, 4-on-3. Joseph's pass to Gwancy just off target, and it goes wide. Union was running in transition with numbers, just turned it over, looking to go up by 10. Lockney intercepts one here. Lockney and Schiller. Schiller cuts across the face of a defender, and the shot goes wide as her momentum was carrying her to her left. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the third period of play. Trojan. Maddie Greco defending. Joseph now and Patey. Trojan trying to get downhill. Lockney has been locking down her assignments all game long. Kate Lockney, 4 straight games with multiple ground balls. She's also caused 19 turnovers this season. Lockney playing here just as a sophomore. Very impressive defender out of Mount Kisco, New York. Free position shot is blocked, and Widlitz is able to jump on it for the ground ball. Breakout here from Maddie Greco. Greco, a pass to a streaking Bella Giuliano in front, but it was off target again, so Union going quickly in transition has been unable to connect on passes while moving. It's been 2 turnovers on 2 promising offensive opportunities for Union now in back-to-back possessions. Bovenzi. Volodzik. Guarded closely there by Patey. And the shot goes wide. Emily Moore also very active on that defensive possession for Union. A lot of good communication, pointing out assignments. Trojan shot from distance is off the mark. Despite the lopsided score 12-3, Union only outshooting RIT 23-21 as RIT scores there on their 22nd shot of the game. And it's Trojan breaking through for RIT, their first goal since the middle parts of the second period. 4th different goal scorer for RIT here. There will be a timeout. We'll take the break with them. When we come back, it's Union leading 12-4 with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter of the first round of the Liberty League tournament. The goal from Trojan snaps nearly a 20-minute scoreless drought for the Tigers, which, if nothing else, just shows how tenacious this Union defense has been. And also, a ton of credit goes to the player between the pipes for Union, Sidney Widlitz, with 8 saves on 12 shots today. RIT has it here with 2 minutes to go, trailing by 8. So those 8 saves for Widlitz are the difference in this one, as Union has an 8-goal advantage. Widlitz from Guilford, Connecticut. There's another save for Widlitz. RIT has gone low a lot on Widlitz, and she's covered it up. So one of the first times we've seen the Tigers try to go bar down, but Widlitz was able to rise up, get her stick up there, and save it. Fifth green card of the day on RIT. Sophia Wilhelm, the first year from New Hampshire, will sit down. Union will be a woman up for the next 60 seconds, for the final 60 seconds of the third period, nursing an 8-goal lead, in part due to the fact that Union outscored RIT 6-1 in the second quarter and held RIT scoreless for almost 20 minutes. Schiller, she's got 5 goals. 3 games with over 5 or more goals this season for Schiller. "20 seconds here as Schiller picks it up. Cutting in front. Mickelson had to go in and out of her stick. Nice defensive stand there from RIT. 10 seconds to go here. Whistle blows, clock stops. Sammy Bonacia, first year from Needham Heights, Massachusetts, will sit down on the green card. Head coach for Union, Alyssa Trainer, in her 4th season, has her team in the playoffs and as the 2 seed for the first time since 2016. Union is 15 minutes away from advancing to the semifinals of the Liberty League tournament. See how it shakes out here, coming up after this break. 54 seconds left on the Bonacia penalty. RIT going to be a player up for the next 45 seconds now. His Union has an 8-goal lead here in the fourth quarter of the first round of the Liberty League tournament. Free position shot coming up for the Tigers. The third time today I can remember RIT pulling out of the free position attempt. Heffernan. Pass in front. Volodzik turned away. Union's defense has that energy turned all the way up here. 45 minutes through. Eliza Barton was able to get past Patey. It's one of the only free looks that we've seen RIT have today. Trojan loses her stick and loses the ball. Maddie Greco now flying the opposite way. Wilhelm defended Greco to slow her down a little bit. Bella Giuliano is out there. Dufine Michel as well. Giuliano with it. Defers to Mickelson. 35 seconds here in the shot clock for Union. Maddie Schiller trying to work downhill. Turning the corner on the left side. Cutting in front on the crease. And she was pushed into the crease. Going to be a free position shot coming up here for Schiller. Schiller's going to get a look here at her 6th goal of the game. And it would be the second time she has scored 6 on RIT if she converts here. Schiller rips one and saved. Ruddy was all over that attempt. But then RIT turns it right back over. Mickelson has it. Mickelson puts it on the carpet. Comes right back up with it. Joseph spins and scores. Jillian Joseph, goal number 5. Union has a pair of 5-goal scorers here. Joseph and Schiller combining for 10 goals. Glancy with 2 and Hannah Campo with the other. You compare that to RIT. 6 different players with a point for RIT. We'll recap those point scorers for RIT when we come back after this timeout here in Schenectady. a 9-goal lead for Union here in Schenectady over RIT. It's a 12-goal lead for Ithaca over Clarkson. So it looks like the winner of the game here on Class of 1985 Frank Bertagna Field is going to be playing Ithaca. If Union wins, they'll host the Bombers here on Friday in the Liberty League semifinals. The other semifinal is going to be Rochester and William Smith. And the Compa wins the draw. Take a look at her draw control numbers today. It's the 10th draw control for Compa. Compa also has a goal to go along with her double-digit draw controls. Bonacia puts a foot in the ground, turns the corner, shot saved by Ruddy. Ball loose in front, two Garnet Chargers collide. Mickelson chasing after it. It's going to be a ground ball for Mickelson. She has 5 now on the day to lead her team. Lockney and Greco both with 3 ground balls as Union turns it over. We were talking about Union very top heavy in the scoring. Not that it's a bad thing when you have Jillian Joseph and Maddie Schiller both combining for 10 goals. So Lockney picks this one off. But it's 6 points from 6 different players for RIT. Sikora, Jones, Trojan, and Bovenzi, the goal scorers, 2 assists for RIT, Ripley, and Sodoma. Maddie Schiller has 7 points today, which are more points than RIT has as a team. Alice Nichter gets the clear for RIT, but then instantly thwarted by Lockney. Kate Lockney's been very impressive here, leading this defense here for the Garnet Chargers in her sophomore season. Johnson picks up the Tiger that got past Lockney there. Shot in front is saved. Ground ball eventually picked up by Claudia Patz. Green card on RIT. Trojan will sit for a minute. Union now with a chance to go up by 10 with 8:30 to go. Three woman up goals for Union today. Schiller has 2 and Glancy has the other. Glancy's was a free position shot early in the second period. Joseph takes a lick and is going to have a free position shot here with 7:55 to go. Joseph scores her 6th of the game. Union leads by 10. "14 goals scored by 4 Garnet Chargers, 11 of them coming from the junior duo of Maddie Schiller and Jillian Joseph. We already mentioned 50 goals and more now for Joseph. One of 4 players with 45 or more goals in 3 years. And she's already taken over 6th place in the program all-time rankings for career points scored. Kristen Joyce, 252 goals, 47 assists in her 4 seasons in the Electric City from 2008 to 2011. Fifth green card of the day on Union. RIT does have a player up goal on the day. Jillian Joseph with 194 points. She needs 105 more points to become the program leader. It would take a heroic effort for her to get there. She did have 74 as a sophomore. Not entirely impossible for her to find an extra 25 in a season, but it definitely would be historic. Regardless, Jillian Joseph going down as one of the best women's lacrosse players here in Union's history. The Garnet Chargers lead by 10 at the moment as Widlitz comes up with another big save with her team a player down. Scooping shot gets past Widlitz, and it's Trojan scoring for a second time. So Trojan becomes the second RIT player with multiple goals on the day. Kate Trojan now has 6 goals in her last 2 games. She scored 4 against RPI in an 11-9 victory over the Engineers. It was her first hat trick of the year, and this is her 5th game with multiple goals. She has 17 on the season, over 20 points now. Trojan from Rowley, Massachusetts, as a senior. So just 9 draw controls for Hannah Kampa. I jumped the gun a little bit. The stats updated quickly enough in time. So just 9 right now for Kampa. As Stefan comes up with another draw control there. Stefan with 3. Barton also has 3 draw controls on the day for the Tigers. Kampa comes out to guard Barton from distance. Trojan pass inside. Low shot. Saved. Validzik unable to get past Widlitz. Under 5 minutes to go here. 35 seconds in the possession clock for the Tigers. Heffernan. And in front, RIT gets their 6th goal of the game. It's Kate Trojan with her second hat trick of the season. Trojan moved into a starting role for RIT at the end of March. Did not start at the beginning of the year, but after 7 goals in her first 7 games off the bench, she was moved into the starting lineup and has produced 12 goals since becoming a starter. Hannah Campo now will have 10 draw controls on the day. It's her 4th game with double-digit draw controls. Her other 3 all came in a row, 14 against Vassar, 14 against Bard, and 10 against RIT. So her second double-digit draw control performance against the Tigers of the season. Spinning, Sammy Bonacia shot saved there by Ruddy. It was Abby Ewell who had her shot saved, and with 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining, RIT takes a timeout. We'll take it with them. Abby Ewell on that last shot attempt for Union. Senior out there from Rivervale, New Jersey. Also taking a shot in that last possession was Sammy Bonacia, a first year from Massachusetts. RIT has it here for the final 3:30 of the game. Trojan already has a hat trick. Looking for more here. And there'll be another card. Aaron Fleming will get booked here on a yellow. It's Union's second yellow. Looking just ever more certain as both games get down to the wire here. It's going to be Ithaca and Union in the semifinals here in Schenectady on Friday. Ithaca leading Clarkson 18-5 with under 2 minutes to go. Union up by 8 with 3 minutes to go here in Schenectady. But RIT has it with the player up. It's going to be 2 full minutes with Fleming taking a seat for the Garnet Chargers on the yellow card. Step down, shot, goal, scored by Grace Validzik. Big step down there. That's the most open we've seen in RIT Tiger today, and that's the 7th goal of the game. Validzik gets her 29th goal of the season. She's second on the team in points. Adele Jones with 31. Zoe Heffernan gets an assist. She gets her first point against Union on the season. Still searching for her first goal. She's got 39. Sitting on the doorstep of 40 is Heffernan. Heffernan, as a first year, scored 53 points on 29 goals and 24 assists. 35 goals as a junior. A single season career high 66 points for her. And then sitting on the doorstep now of 50 for the third season in her career. With that assist, she has 11 assists on the year and 50 for the third time in her career. RIT takes another timeout. We'll take it with them. 2:45 to go here. Union doubling up the Tigers 14-7. Sydney Widlitz comes up with another save here. This Union looking to set up some offense and go for 15 here in the last minutes of the Liberty League first round. Union, the number 2 seed for the first time since 2016. Garnet Chargers won the Liberty League in 2015. They've won it 3 times, 5 total conference championships. Clock stops here with 1:54. This is Union's 18th time in the conference tournament, and Union is 18-14 all-time in Liberty League tournament play. This is the first time Union and RIT are facing off in the conference tournament. Union has an 8-5 advantage in the all-time series all regular season. This is also going to be the first win on Union's home field against the Tigers since 2021. RIT has won the last 2 meetings on Frank Bailey Field in 2023 and 2025. Free position shot coming up here. Bella Giuliano. Giuliano beats Ruddy High, and she scores. Giuliano gets her 3rd goal of the season. 5th different Garnet Charger to score a goal here today. Union came into today with 28 free position goals, converting at a 40% clip. the 5th free position goal for Union here today. Last time out for Union against RPI, Union also had 5 free position goals. So 2 straight games with 5 free position successful converted. Less than a minute to go here in this one between Union and RIT. The next game to be played on Frank Bailey Field will be Union, the men's squad, going up against Skidmore. As Widlitz comes up with another key stop. Union's going to be able to run this one out. Union's going to take on Ithaca coming up on Friday in a really exciting Liberty League semifinal game. The other semifinal is going to be Rochester and William Smith. Union and Ithaca played to overtime during the regular season. Union won that one. RIT also played Ithaca and kept it close, losing by 1 to the Bombers. But Union certainly has had RIT's number this season. They're going to put the finishing touches on this one. It's carried by Jillian Joseph with 6 goals. Maddie Schiller with 5. Sydney Widlitz with 14 saves on 21 shots, a 66% save percentage. Phenomenal performance from the senior goalie. Alyssa Trainer has her squad rolling here at the perfect time. Union's won 9 of their last 10. They're going to be in the Liberty League semifinals. Thanks for hanging out with me here today. Hope you enjoyed watching Union take down RIT. Until next time.